All right, we are back for our second day to review our Unit 8 of Factoring Trinomials. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. I know in my class I don't review enough, and the student that's normally here that reminds me I don't review enough, and the other students that tell me I never tell the rules, for some reason they're magically not here. So, check out this website, by the way, it's good stuff. All right, so remember, when we're doing this, we look at this. What are the factors of 4? This is positive 4 that combine and get. Now, since this is positive, this tells us these are both the same. This tells us that they're both positive. Now, what are the factors of 4 that combine to give us 4? Now, luckily, 4 only has a few factors. Well, 1 and 4, and 2 and 2. Okay, well, the 1 plus 4 is 5, and 2 plus 2 is 4. Now, what is odd about this factoring thing that I have learned is that sometimes the easier the numbers to factor, the more confusing it is to students. They overthink it. Okay. Like I know the one student that actually I did that to is giving me the same look my ex-wife does. But, shh. All right. So that's number one. So X and X. I forgot to do that a while ago. All right. This is negative 14. This negative 14 tells us our signs are different. This tells us our big number is negative. Okay. All right. So factors of 14 would be negative 14 and 1 and negative 7 and 2. This gives us negative 13. This gives us negative 5. All right, so this is actually what we're looking for. So minus 7 and positive 2. Okay. Now, remember, there is no bonus, award, reward, cookie, anything for being the first one done nor the last one done. Okay. Do. Letting students take some notes. Scrolling up to see this merch. By the way, if you don't know, I have my own honeybees, and I am got this little, you know, merch shop open. Help that out, and if this shop goes well, I might have a Mr. Jeffrey's Math merch shop because everybody would love a shirt with my face on it. All right, are we good? Number one, number two. Anybody need more time? We're just sitting here staring at each other. Uh, all right, I got one. All right, since you have a thumbs up, so student that normally sits beside Snacks. Snacks is not with us today. Or she's around, but she's not in class today. Uh, what is a What do you call a turkey without feathers? Thanksgiving dinner. That's right. Right on time. Is it open? Is it unlocked? Oh, it is locked. Keep out invaders. Right as we talk, the snacks just enter. Everybody give snacks a hand. Good job, snacks. You missed it. It was the time of the show that we actually did the joke. So we had to go to the student that sat beside snacks. Sorry. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Like people actually really care about the jokes. All right. This tells us, I said, like people actually really care about the jokes. All right. So this tells us our signs are different. This, I, I already did. What, what is a turkey called without feathers called? Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. All right. That. All right. So this tells us signs are different. This tells us our big number is positive. Okay. So 36, we have 36 and 1. We have 18 and 2. And 12 and 3. We have 9 and 4 and 6 and 6. All right, this would give us 0, so that's out. 35, 12, 5. All right, so, and that's our factors right here. All right, for number 4, shh. All right, so this positive in front of the 6 tells us our signs are the same. This positive in front of the 7 tells us they're both positive. Now, what are the factors of 6 that add up to 7? Yeah, 6 and 1. Yeah. Learning is fun. Okay. All right. Are we good with 3 and 4? For those that forgot to pay attention and write it down, or those that forgot to do it in the first place. For those that feel attacked, there's tissues in the front. Pudding people. Okay. So, this negative 28, this tells us our signs are different. This tells us our big number is negative. All right. Usually when we think of 28, what are two numbers that we think of when we're dividing 28? No, Mr. Jeffries is not a number. Exactly. -7 and +4. We had a issue where a student's looking at the wrong sheet. It's not like I don't color code them for each day or nothing like that. All right. This tells us our signs are different. This tells us our big number's positive. Okay. When I think of 40, I'm going to think of 10 and 4, but that only gives us +6. So now I've got to think of some other numbers. So what are some other numbers that we can multiply to give us 40? Yeah, 8 and 5. All right, so that's 5 and 6 for those that need 5 and 6. I don't know if the time change helped us or hurt us. I don't know why we fall back or spring forward. Can we just not pick one? Pick one and stay. It's ridiculous to me. All right, everybody good with 5 and 6? Good. Moving on. Oh, there's another beehole honey crew neck. All right, so whoops, put that in the wrong place. So this negative 24 tells us our signs are different. This positive 5 tells us the bigger number's positive. All right. So usually when I think of 24, personally, I think of 12 and 2. All right. Sometimes I think of 6 and 4. And on very rare occasions, I think of 8 and 3 because usually that means I have exhausted all my other attempts and I haven't gotten the right answer. All right. On number 8, this positive 15 tells us the signs are the same. This tells us they're both positive. Okay. So 15, there's really only 4 factors of 15. 1 in 15. Eh. All right. So there's 7 and 8 for those that need 7 and 8. All right. Got a couple more people writing down. Ooh. Well, it's that awesome time in the state of Alabama where fall is between 5 a.m. and 11. Spring is between 11 and 4, and then fall comes back between 4 and 6 a.m. Okay. Well, no, that was spring. Yeah. Yeah, spring. Yeah, spring. That's when we get to the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, summer. Yeah, summer here is not 80s. Summer here is like 90 plus with 1,000% humidity. Oh, look at those hats. Those hats are great. Okay, so when we get to 9 and 10, remember 9 and 10 are these things that's called dots, the difference of two squares. Okay, where we're going to take the square root of the first term. So the square root of 9 is 3. So we're going to say 3x and 3x, plus plus and a minus. Square root of 16, which is 4, and 4. And we're done. Okay. Same thing here. Square root of x. All right. And then the square root of 100 is 10. Okay, so if I was writing my orange sheet to prepare for tomorrow's test, I would definitely put something on here for 9 and 10, saying, taking the square root, something like that, things of that nature, you know. Maybe if I give Mr. Jeffries a 5 or a 10 or a $20 bill, maybe things will be better. All right. So, I'm so happy that my class just gets along so well. It's like family. When they are away from each other, they're just like run. Like they've been separated like from months and months. It's crazy. All right. All right. Ooh. Look at that cup and look at that visor. All right. So on 11 and 12, we're going to factor by grouping. So we group the first two terms, we'll group the second two terms. All right. The GCF of 8 and 4, the biggest number that will divide 8 and 4 is 4. Okay. All right. So with our x's that live in Texas, the smallest exponent is 2. All right. So we divide that out. So this should be 2. I have 3 x's. The 2 of them. Okay. 1. And then that divides 1. All right. So when I find my GCF for the second one, I should get the same leftovers here. All right. So what is my GCF between 10x and 5? 5. So when I divide that out, I do get 2x. 5 divided by 5, I get 1. All right. So I put the GCFs together. I put the leftovers together. Now, remember, for those that did double distributed property on the Unit 7 test, that is basically what it looks like. Okay? That is what it looks like. Yes. Which X? Okay, the GCF between, all right, this is a 10x, this is a 5. Can I take an X out of something where it doesn't have an X? Yes. Yes. No. Regroup them. We put the leftovers together and the GCFs together. hmm I basically got the same answer, but it's not exactly how you wrote it. So when you count off, yes. Me, me and my purple ink pen. This is actually purple. It looks blue. My purple ink pen or pink. All right. Are we good with number 11? All right. Oh, look at those hats. So, number 12. Again, we're going to factor by grouping. I need to move this around so I can grab it better. All right. Now, this time when I factor by grouping, I got to grab this negative. All right. Biggest number that will divide 36 and 27. 9. Okay. The smallest exponent here is x squared. Let's see. 36 divided by 9 is 4. Have 3 x's. Take 2. 1. All right. Then this is 3. All right. Hey, just give me like 45 seconds. I'm almost done. All right. So we got to take away a negative. All right. Biggest number that will divide 8 and 6. 2. All right. So negative 8 divided by negative 2 is a positive 4x. Positive 6 divided by negative 2 is a negative 3. Now, I cannot take an x out of 6 because it did not have an x to begin with. So I can't write one in there. And remember, putting my GCFs together and my leftovers together. And I'm done. All right. If you hadn't done so yet, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Stay farce. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.